Do you feel like you have creativity, but you're just not using it? If only you had the right life circumstances, you'd be able to pursue all your creative endeavors with the right amount of energy and focus and consistency that they deserve. Repressed creators are extremely common in our society. There's a lot of people with a ton of talent and they just don't have the momentum or the conditions to support it. They don't forge ahead with their creativity. I've been an avid writer, musician, filmmaker, actor at times. I've dabbled in the arts, you could say, in creative pursuits. And then I had a creative rut where I dropped off because of life disappointments, because of things not working out the way that I wanted, and I felt that creativity was just not worth it. I started to believe that it was actually selfish to pursue my creative desires to express myself. I had big hopes for my creative projects. I had hoped to make a career out of them, to not have to work a real job ever and just do creativity. That's a challenge that many creators and artists will face, but that is not an excuse to stop creating, to not express yourself and use your talents. Your creativity is a gift to the universe, and you should be using it. I have recently started writing again, practicing tunes on the guitar, writing new tunes on the guitar. I'm also making videos again. I'm going with the nonfiction route this time, but I will probably get back to narrative filmmaking at some point. The reason for my returned fervor for creativity and artistic pursuits is because of this book right here, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This is one of James Cameron's wives, supposedly, but it's called A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity. This is a 12-week program. It was written in the 90s before we had online digital courses, but I highly recommend it if you feel like your creativity is repressed. It has a ton of exercises and journaling routines that you can do to start connecting with your creativity, and the power that it really has is it starts to change your mindset as to what is possible and what you should do with your creativity. You'd be surprised if you take it, do each week by week for 12 weeks, that's 3 months. You'll be surprised how much your mindset changes and how much you'll find yourself wanting to pursue creative acts. There are places to write directly in the book. I happened to do a few things in my own journal, and I wrote on my computer on Word documents. But if it's all right with you, I would just like to share a couple things about what I learned from it. So here is an exercise that was really helpful for me. I had to write down my resistances, my angers and fears about whatever it was that I was going through and what my current procrastinations are. When you literally just put it on the paper or speak it out loud to someone, it's almost like you release it in a way. You can start to talk about your desires, things that you want to do. And the biggest thing for me is like it removes this weight, this repression that we put on ourselves. Maybe it's not our fault. Maybe it's from a societal experience or an expectation that we felt had to be put onto us. But it starts to release that weight, and you start to realize that it's okay to want to create and do what you do best. And it's also okay to not be perfect with your art, with your creativity. In fact, the imperfections are what makes you unique. And what makes you better is the consistency that you give to your projects, to showing up for yourself. And that's what this book does. It gets you in the habit of consistently showing up for your creative projects. And I really can't recommend it enough. Let me just give you the table of contents here. Week 1 is about recovering a sense of safety. It talks about shadow artists, which is a repressed artist, someone with creative talent, skills, who is repressed and doesn't use it. And it talks about your enemy within, core negative beliefs, and also your ally within, affirmative weapons. So it arms you with affirmative statements that allow you to start moving forward. It equips you with the basic tools of a positive-minded artist. Whatever artist you are, if you like to paint, if you like to write, if you like to make music, if you're a creative entrepreneur, whatever it is, creative affirmations. Week 2 is about recovering a sense of identity and establishing and connecting with who you are as an artist. Week 3 is about recovering a sense of power, and that's having the ability to create and grow. Week 4, recovering a sense of integrity. Talks about honest changes, buried dreams, and there's an exercise about that. Week 5, recovering a sense of possibility. What are you capable of? What is possible with your artistic pursuits? Find the river of your creativity, the flow that's going to carry you on to the next phase in the next project. Week 6 is recovering a sense of abundance, learning what is all around us and that there's inspiration all around us and within you, and that we don't need to feel repressed and like we live in a world where art should not be celebrated or praised or anything like that. Week 7 is recovering a sense of connection. Talks about listening, perfectionism, risk, jealousy, mapping your jealousy, and tasks. And I'd also like to point out every week there's a check-in that you do with yourself just to monitor your progress and see where you're at. Week 8 is recovering a sense of strength, gain disguised as loss, age and time, product and process, filling the form, early patternings, more affirmations. Week 9 is recovering a sense of compassion, creative U-turns, enthusiasm, blasting through blocks and creative resistances. Having compassion for yourself as an artist. That's one of the biggest lessons that I learned, was that it's okay to have screwed up or failed, as you say. It's not a failure. Art is about experimenting, exploring, and the truth is you just need to not stop exploring, not stop creating or experimenting. Just keep going. Week 10, recovering a sense of self-protection. How do you protect yourself as an artist? Because there will be criticisms, there will be times where you doubt yourself. And how can you protect yourself through that? Talks about dangers of the trail, workaholism, drought, fame, competition, and of course more check-ins. Week 11, recovering a sense of autonomy, acceptance, success, the zen of sports, building your artist's altar. These are all important things. And then finally on to week 12, recovering a sense of faith, trusting, being okay with mystery, the imagination at play, escape velocity, and then it ends with the creative contract to yourself that you sign. I really think if you work through the exercises in this book, work through the lessons, you're going to find yourself on a much more positive trajectory for your creative endeavors. I just wanted to give that quick update, quick little promotion for this book. If you want to check it out, you can order it online. I did drop a link below. It's an affiliate link of mine. I'll get a small kickback for that. But highly recommend this book. If you want to stay up to date with my experience and lessons with creativity, with perhaps some content creation to get your works out into the world, and tips and tricks on how to manifest your best life and stay aligned to your life purpose, subscribe to my channel. I post content about those topics regularly and don't want you to miss one in case it can help you out on your journey. One more excerpt that I'd like to share from my artist recovery is this. I want to leave you with this quote. Make your art like it will one day be gone forever, like the candle flames that we are. We are candle flames, wicks growing shorter, but the flame growing brighter, just like the stars. As stars start to die, they grow brighter. They don't get weaker, they grow brighter and put out more light. We're not here forever. Life is short. We are mortals after all. And I'd like to think that as we grow in maturity, as we live our lives, no matter what age we are, as we keep on living, we should always work to shine a little brighter. And that could be our mindset with our positivity, our consistency for showing up, encouraging others, and not taking criticism too harshly, because that can be a real killer of creativity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up for your creative work. So that's all I got. And I'm gonna play a little guitar after this video's done. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you on the next video. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll sing a song for you guys. It's a goal of mine. 1,000 subscribers, I'll start playing some songs. Singing some songs, I mean.